I
Is it gonna pop up?
I see nothing.
It's got to be on the site, otherwise I can't get the chat. Hello, people.
Alright. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Apparently we're live, so let's do this. Hello everyone, and welcome to November.
Yeah.
November, geez, God, the year is really over. It's just crazy.
We're gonna try and work our stuff out, I think. Damn.
So in today's little live chat, we've got a few things to go over, haven't we?
We have, not least of which is the two rather interesting boxes that are sat there.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yes. I will let you decide which one we're doing first. I'm still trying to get a hold of the bloody live.
I think we'll start with what's happening on the site specials wise for November.
Yep.
And for this month, we're doing eRaptor, 30% off everything. So this is an example of one of the items that they do. It's all sort of tabletop related stuff. Card holders, dice, sort of dice rollers, dice trays.
There we are.
Yep, they've got a lot of really, really cool stuff. So there's other stuff that they do that I don't have on the site, unfortunately. But yeah, I think there's some really nice sort of dragon. This is a dragon dice tower, but there's stuff for like Cthulhu and sci-fi and all sorts of stuff. Yeah,
which is
really
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing for November. Although there is the Black Friday and everything towards the end of the month, and we will announce some stuff there as well as it gets closer. But probably going up tomorrow, we'll have all the prices changed on these, so you can snap those up before the end of month stuff gets.
And they're pretty cool. We did do a like an unboxing thing and built some and rolled some dice in them and everything. They're really cool.
Yeah.
And you've got a group together and you've got a lot of dice rolling. These are fun. So we've got Doom Fireman and VSM, Very Silent Mouse, saying g'day.
Hey.
G'day, guys.
Let's see if I can find this again. Oh, here we go.
I was going to say I just went back to my homepage and found it. So there's at least 2 people that have found it.
Excellent.
So keep looking, guys. You'll get there.
So we will be doing a giveaway a little bit later in the show. All right. So
so we've got another silhouette challenge thing.
Yes,
that Pokemon thing?
Yeah, that sort of stuff. So I have something like that. Taryn will be talking to us a little bit about his audios because they're coming along really nicely.
Yeah, we're doing some cool stuff with those. Yeah.
Some of you may have noticed our new banner. Hey,
yes.
Check this out.
Ta-da! I think we've only had it up on like one other video so far. So this is not quite the inaugural flight, but it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And Pillar designed that, didn't she?
She did.
Flash.
Saw it all that.
For that. No, she's not watching. Your namesake's in. G'day, Adam.
Yes. Okay, so what else have we got? We are also going to be having a little bit of a discussion about proto-mechs. We've been doing videos, but
yes,
I think, there's a little discussion with them.
Been some actually interesting comments. Is it Zombie Sex Machine? Very cool name, dude. Like thinking of pinching it, but not. But he's been very interested in the proto-mechs for some reason, so that's cool.
But so it's cool. So we're going to talk about yay or nay, basically. Are they do they fit BattleTech in looking at all the different aspects, and we'll talk about all the things that we've talked about in the videos, and then we'll basically just say, look, now that that's all there, what do you think?
Well, that's a lot of the people that are getting to the lives are probably watching the proto-mech videos and moving along through them. I know Adam's been watching them, and I'm pretty sure I've seen Nick on there as well, I think, on the proto-mech ones. Yeah. So,
everywhere.
Oh, wow. What was that?
That was right. That was a nuke. We're all going to die now.
What the hell was that? You're a very odd lady. I don't think I haven't noticed.
Oh dear. All right, let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff that we have. We still have a BattleTech order on the way. That's sort of taken a little bit of time to get over here. Now we're getting into the silly season as well, so getting shipments and stock and everything is going to be a bit of an issue, but we do have some BattleTech stuff coming. We have also had some of the October releases come in for Dystopian Wars, and these are 2 of them. The Sturginium Skies. It's a new 2-player box set, and it's 2 other factions.
Two different factions from the Hunt for the what's name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So this one has the Crown and the Imperium. So the Imperium is like your Germanic that sort of region.
Yeah.
And they like lightning a lot. They have
cool.
Yeah, so for those of you who play BattleTech, they have a butt ton of PPC guns and stuff like that. Projection cannons, yes, for the win. Makes that nice crack sound when it blows ships apart.
Mikey's in and it's 5:30 a.m. over there.
Oh, well
Morning,
done,
mate.
sir. Well done. Well done.
Oh dear.
But yeah, this has proven good. This focuses pretty much on like introducing a lot of air units. So as a starter set, you've got a lot more sort of air units in there to play with and learn.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. You can easily expand on these 2 forces.
And they're very cool looking. There's like helicarrier things on one side, and they've got like huge Zeppelin type stuff on the other one, and they're just awesome.
Well, Zeppelins they've been nicknamed because of the whole lightning thing.
Because of the
But
lightning.
they're nice big. It's an aircraft carrier thing.
See
It's
what
crazy.
they did there,
Yeah. But that's cool. So that's interesting, and you can combine those with the other starter set if you wanted to play like.
Yeah. So it's all the same rule set.
Yeah,
They're just
exactly the same.
moving
Just
up
another
into
starter
the
set.
sky sort of thing for this
Yeah.
one, and doing 2 different factions, which is kind of cool.
And also for the Empire, they have this one here, which is the Ica Colossus Squadron.
Which is very cool.
It's basically your
Big squid.
big squid machines or whatever. So they've taken them from legend and actually made them real.
Are they the guys that have the whale torpedoes?
No, that's the Enlightened. This is the Empire, so it's like those big flying mechanical dragons, and like China, Japan, Korea, that
Cool.
sort of
Okay.
region. Yeah. Actually, talk about War Cradle's put up a picture in their wallpaper section on the site,
Yes.
and it's got a map of the world and where it's all divided up, who's got what and all that sort of thing. You can see they've shaded them where there's like combats or like some disagreements happening and things like that, so you can build some scenarios around that. That's pretty cool. Oh. Everyone loves Doggy.
Everyone couldn't even see him.
We're wondering what's going on.
You're wondering why I'm doing this.
He's having a seizure. Don't do that, Terry.
Oh, Nick and Keith are on their way home from a BattleTech thing. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he said hi from him and Raven.
A BattleTech thing. Was there like a little-
RPG.
Oh, RPG.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of lag here too. I don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
but still working on it. We're YouTube professionals now. I'm sure we've got this figured out.
We just sit here and
Yeah,
we
no,
got the easy stuff.
Couldn't
Pretty
keep
much.
a straight face. We're having trouble with like apps and all that sort of stuff. Pella is the camera genius and she's working on it. So apologies, but
It's hard.
yeah.
You'd think you got everything set up and then there's something.
Just something goes-
Oh, it's so frustrating.
Uh,
We actually had a game of L4 Chronicles, didn't we?
yeah,
In a
we've
real
been
field.
practicing, and it's really, really good.
I tell you what, it's quick and it's quite brutal.
Oh, it is.
I'm
it
liking
is
that.
insanely brutal.
Mm.
I watched the ones that I found for there's one that's PvE and there's one that's PvP,
Yeah.
and it's just so the first one was like you're trying to get through a door and he's fighting off gargoyles and stuff, and literally 4 or 5 turns and it's over, it's finished.
Yeah.
And the PvP one, it was 12 minutes long, and they actually managed to get 90% of it, like a full game, and then he rewound it a couple of turns back and replayed it in a different way, and it was still only 12 minutes long. It was insanely cool.
Yeah, and there was a lot that was going on that each sort of miniature did each turn and things like that. It was really cool. Yeah.
And the combat is just insanely brutal. But it's really, really good. I enjoyed our games.
Yeah.
And I've watched those couple of videos, and I think I'm getting a better handle on what's going on. So this is going to be cool.
Once it clicked for me, it's like, oh, okay. It was, So
Yeah.
first look at it, but once it clicks, it's really good.
Yeah.
So we've done some little chats for some of the factions. We've done videos, but they're going up a bit later. We'll keep going with L4 Chronicles because it's looking really good.
That's a good one. Yeah, Keith reckons my brain's lagging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And that's not harsh, mate. That's an accurate thing. It's okay. That's how I managed to beat him, because his is like 4 steps ahead and mine's actually here.
So your audios, mate. Let's
I've to the guys that are in the live or watching this later on that have been watching all the audios. I know not all of you are commenting, but thanks for turning up. I hope you're enjoying them all. We have actually started a little bit of do you say collab? A collab. I invited another person into my workshop. Derek. Yeah, it was Derek, I'm pretty sure. Mentioned in like one of the original ones that he was interested in some rules discussion. So I was moving through TAC Ops because of Protomechs. I was trying to figure some stuff out, and I found a whole bunch of cool different like optional rules. So we've been going through some optional rules. Of course he laughed. Raven's in the car chuckling. So we've been going through some of those and doing some different ones. Hopefully they'll be coming up soon, and you guys can let us know what you think and whether you want to see more or not. But we're probably going to record a few more before that happens, so bear that in mind. I've got some AI stuff that I actually want to discuss with you today, probably on the live if we're game. But I've also got the C-Bill build scenario basically finished. What I'm going to do is run through that as an audio log, and then we can open up to the guys that are watching the audio stuff, and they can tell me where I'm going wrong with stuff or what they think, and we'll see what happens with that. But that's another one that's hopefully coming up. That's coming off the bat of the formation building, because we want to do that one with formations, so that's cool. I think that's about it. I want to do some what I'm going to call notebook stuff, because I had it all set out. I had a whole heap of stuff that I wanted to do. I had it all, like, trying to do it all in a timeline sort of thing, and I've stuffed it up. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So, sod it. I'm just going to go through, and I'm going to sit down with an empty page on my notebook and the audio thing next to me, and I'll go through some different types of formation building, some different types of deployment, that sort of thing, and we'll see how we go with that. Yeah. I'll probably start with the kaiju, because Bregel's probably chomping at the bit to put kaiju in there. Although he's probably already done it if he's watching. Raven laughed and then missed the turn. Nice one.
Oh no.
Well done, Keith. Let it drive, mate. Tried out elemental battle armor for the first time. That was brutal. Yeah. Wanted to try them before you guys get into battle armor. Yeah, that's a good call. They are insanely cool.
Are very cool, yeah.
I
love those. I love the salamanders though. Oh, yeah. They're so nice.
I've got what's the inner sphere ones, the Grey Death or something?
Yeah, so they're a lighter, sort of a lighter version of the
lighter battle armor.
Well, no, they make 2 actually.
But I'm pretty sure there's one there that's got like stealth equipment and tag, the light tag.
Yeah, and that was cage. I think it is. They've got like a little partial wing set up on there.
Oh,
they're really light, but they get a little bit
different one that I was thinking of, but nice.
But still nice, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, battle armor. They're a lot of fun.
But yeah, those elementals. The first game I played with them, they aren't always easy to use properly because they can get dead. And something like a Komodo, in amongst those, you can do some serious damage. But if you can get them into the right spots and doing the right things, They are nasty.
Yeah,
They're really nasty.
They are.
I like them.
All right. So for those of you who have just joined this live, we are doing a giveaway, and we're going to basically talk about that now, I think.
Ooh, okay.
We'll do that now.
I'm cool with that.
So what we're going to do, because we've been working on Protomechs and videos for Protomechs, we are going to have, guess that Protomech. You get one guess. So you just type the name in of what it is. We're going to show you, and then you've got to be whoever's the first to do it and gets it right. So no spamming, guessing different things. You get one guess.
If you've been watching, it should be a fairly easy one.
Should be okay.
Should be fairly easy,
Yep.
but you get one guess. So let's see if that
And then once we've got a winner, we'll let you know what you've won.
happens.
All right.
Hopefully the lag doesn't stuff us up.
Yeah, that's true. We're going by the chat, so that shouldn't really be an issue thing. So.
Holy crap, dude. Mikey kicking ass with those. One swarm attack. Full squad, still alive, hit the mech's head, 15 points, still pristine mech's head.
Wow.
That's decapitation, that's gone.
Cool.
Oh, look at that.
From Estonia. Whoa.
Doom Fireman got its first shot. Look at that. Holy crap.
Well, he wasn't sure. He had question mark. Clowns don't really like doubt. He goes, Minotaur?
Minotaur?
Maybe Karnov tank? A helicopter tank?
Maybe it's a warrior helicopter.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't know. Do we accept question marks?
Look, it's okay.
Technically
It's okay.
the right answer.
Technically
the
you are
right
technically correct, and
Which is the best type of
confused.
correct.
So
Yes.
that's all right. So yes, so doomed fireman. Congratulations. Yes, it is a Minotaur.
Yeah, and that was the other photo that we were going to put up, but that one gave it away way
That's
too
all right.
quickly.
That's all right.
But well done there to Adam as well, getting the right one.
Indeed.
Hopefully that wasn't lag, but...
So for you, we are going to send you a star. Well, a point of them. So there's 5. You're going to get 5 Protomech miniatures.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Mikey reckons because of the lag, the guess was up before the picture appeared. Bugger.
But that's YouTube's issue. We can't do anything about that.
Yeah, there's not much we can do to fix that, but we are working on it, buddy.
That's
You'll
all right.
have to win the next one.
Yes. Sorry, keep watching. So we'll get your details and everything. Just send an email to, I don't know, sales@alphastrike.com.au, and we'll get it sorted. Try to keep the dog out of here so we can actually film. He keeps hunting us down.
No, the other door's open, but he refuses to use the other door. He wants to come in through
I
that
want
one.
this one because I know you're there.
It's all good.
There we go. All right, so speaking of Protomechs, I
Yes.
think maybe we should have our little planned discussion.
Yes.
About
Well,
them.
I mean, I suppose we want to find out what everybody thinks of Protomechs, do we?
Pretty much. Look, the thing is, it's like when you talk about so the BattleMech's a BattleMech, right? That's why you're playing the game. It's the main thing. When you talk to someone else and say tank or VTOL or a submarine, they know what it is, things like that, and aerospace. But I mean, even armored suits, you sort of understand because people have done deep
Power
sea
armor and
diving
yeah.
from forever ago. So, but Protomechs. It's for some people, it's online with introducing furries to BattleTech. They hate them that much. Yet there's other people who absolutely love them. So it's like if we're gonna go over everything, we're gonna just have a look and see what they do and everything again, and we'll just say yay or nay.
For everyone out there who actually has a persona, our apologies. Dear, Mikey reckons his Eisenfaust arrive,
Oh, excellent!
which is cool.
Yay!
Get it painted up and get some battles in with it, mate.
Yes, definitely.
Um,
All right, so let's start. So if anyone wants to say anything, just type away. Give us some
Protomechs.
comments or
We're
whatever.
discussing Protomechs.
Discussing Protomechs. So let's start with their history side of things.
I think they're cool.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
I'm done.
You think they're cool.
Yeah, I think they're cool. I like them.
You do feel that they were a fit for BattleTech? Okay.
Like I said, I keep thinking of them as taking, like the clan is trying to keep its resources expenditure minimal. Not necessarily money-wise or anything like that, but it's actual physical resources, like its ores and stuff, minimal. And if you take a huge mech with like 3 guns on it and stomp that in and it gets blown up, then you've wasted all of that resource. But if you've got those 3 guns on 3 separate small platforms that are like less than a tenth of the, well, less than a fifth of the expenditure, and you send them out individually, then you've got savings. You know, I think they make sense.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily going to use them very much myself, but I think they make sense. I think they're cool.
It's like the Word of Blake, and they had their what were they called? The celestial range of their version of Omnis. They were really, they had a really demon. Well, they're supposed to be after like demons, and they're named after them. They're supposed to have that look, you know. And it's one of those things. Some people really liked it, and some people didn't. You know,
I remember we did
a
tournament at the club, and it was an Alpha Strike tournament, and somebody bought Word of Blake ones, and they were insane looking. They were really, really cool.
Yeah.
They had them painted up and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. But
oh, Muir's out. Sorry, buddy. We'll work on the lag. Sorry, mate. You have a good night. Watch it later. Like go back and watch it after we finished.
Adam, I was just giggling before at Adam's comment.
Yeah, some of the prototypes do. They look like furries.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't imagine that one rocking up to a convention though. I mean, really. Like a basilisk furry rocking up to a furcon or something. You go on. Is it Delphine?
The Delphine, the dragon.
Yeah, the dragon looking one.
Yeah.
You can't really have a cobra furry. Although they do have dragon, like...
Yeah, like the Chinese
morph
that have like...
people. Anthropomorphic things.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I actually, I like them. I think because it's the clans that sort of developed it, it sort of makes sense. There was, it was actually mentioned in one of the comments this week, like the Word of Blake guys. And they just went around as long as maybe they could have been. You know, it's something that maybe they would have looked at, because they've got their bio-enhanced soldiers as well. So if they could get hold of this sort of proto-mech technology and sort of do something with it, but yeah, the Word of Blake sort of got had to take care of that problem, because that would have been a problem. But those guys with their sort of version of proto-mechs would be very interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting. But I like them. I think as far as rules go, they've got a bit of everything. They're a little bit battle mech, a little bit tank.
Yeah,
you know, they're not sort of busted or anything like that. You can, especially with they're very susceptible to infernos.
Very susceptible.
So that's something.
But like Mikey says, so lore-wise, protomechs make sense. Mechanically, a 10-ton protomech should not outgun a 20 to 25-ton battle mech. But, I mean, I don't think any of them really outgun them. Well, maybe they do.
I guess it comes down to speed. Like, are we comparing to like an urban mech?
Well, that's
doesn't move fast.
No,
I mean, it's got a big gun, but
like I was saying, that what is it? The rock that had the single ER medium. You put that against a locust, and that locust is going to have a hard time. But I think that the locust would probably win in the end. I mean, you put a machine gun and a medium laser, like 2 machine guns and a medium laser.
Yeah.
In against that. But I mean, the clan tech, when I first got clan tech, like way back in
when you came across it,
when it first happened, it was insanely powerful as far as I was concerned. And that was like are they breaking the game here, sort of thing. But it's all worked out in the end. And those guys, you can't ever get more than one of those bigger gunny ones per like a locust. So the BVs match up fairly well. So you've got a 7 or 8 or 10 ton protomech versus a 20-ton
faster moving
battle mech.
battle mech, yeah.
So,
but there are those near misses, the near miss locations.
yeah,
They can make a difference.
so they are 5 to a point, but you have to be able to afford that point, and that point of like 10 tonners,
Oh,
like a Sprite or something like that.
yeah,
You're looking at a good like 1,500 points for a point of those.
easy.
1,500 BV easy for a point of those. You can get mechs that'll stomp all over those things.
Yeah.
Right, for that same BV. So you have to balance your game out like that. You don't necessarily have to use BV, but you need to find a way to balance it out. And ton for ton, the clan will always win, I reckon. If you go ton for ton, so a 20-ton locust against 2 10-ton protomechs, those protomechs will chew it up and spit it out.
Mm.
But if you go BV versus BV, you can probably get like 3 or 4 locusts for the same price as a point of protomechs. And then you've got a battle on your hands. It won't necessarily go one way or the other. You couldn't really tell, but I mean, the protomechs would have the numbers advantage, which is bad, but they've also got that vulnerability, especially if you've got missiles.
Yeah, true. They're good fun though. I don't know, like we've sort of been talking a lot about them, and I find them to be quite fascinating.
Mm. I like them. I reckon they're great. They won't have armor and speed to match. Curious about the Sprite versus the Roadrunner Wizard 15. Yeah, somebody pointed out very accurately that, I think it might have been Adam actually, that the Flea is a 20-ton, but you can get a 15-ton version of the Flea. There are super light or ultra light mechs, just as there are ultra heavy mechs, so you can get mechs up to about 200 tons. But you can also get lighter mechs. So I think it was the ultralight version of the Flea that I was thinking of.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I got Matthew. Hi, Matt. Yes,
G'day,
definitely more. So he wants to do more of that.
I mean, that was fun.
Rages of Shadow. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, excellent. Well, we'll be in touch. I'll message you. I'll chat you.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. So okay, so everyone, here we go. We've talked a bit about it, so let's hear about it. Yay or nay? Taryn, you said yay.
Oh, I reckon they're cool.
Yay. I think it doesn't unbalance the game too much. I think it's an interesting addition. I think they're okay.
Like I say, then like Mikey's put there, the BV is the only way to keep it level. It's not the only way, but it is the best way.
It's probably
militarily. I reckon it's the best way.
Yeah, definitely.
So you could get a really good game if you took BV to BV, even if you take clan mechs versus clan protomechs, you'd still have an interesting battle, I reckon. I would personally do it in a sphere versus clan, but there you go. He's got more dogs.
Nice.
Focus on the important stuff, mate.
That was very cool. So yeah, we'll definitely have to get some more of those games in. So. Well, okay, so let's have a talk about the scenario then, because that's another thing we could probably get some help from everyone.
So the idea is that we want to try and do some that aren't as competitive, that aren't as much us just bashing heads. We're trying to do some like more interesting things. And Adam's quite keen on getting some AI in there. So what we're thinking is with the vehicle battles, if you guys have watched any of those, we had that big long setup with like a city type urban built up area in the middle, and we were coming on at either end, or we were setting up in there. So what we're thinking is like a proving ground for our proto-mech models. Right?
Yeah.
he reckons it's good.
He's liking it.
So,
He's like, get on with it.
Ooh, some of the people in Adam's group loathe them. Loathe is a strong word.
Cheers.
So yeah, we're thinking maybe a kind of like a proving ground for those proto-mech variants that we've built. So 2 opposing clans gone, we've just made some new proto-mechs, let's see which one's the best. The winner gets to keep the production facility on blah planet, right? And we're gonna start at either end, we're gonna run in, we're gonna do something, but we're not gonna fight each other. We're thinking of fighting some AI controlled vehicles.
It's a really, really messed up kind of trial of possession, really, isn't it? It's we're
yeah.
not fighting each other for it. We've set a goal that we have to try and achieve.
We're trying.
That's how you win it.
Yeah.
So we're not actually hurting each other, but
so we're trying to prove. Yeah, trying to prove whose force of new proto-mechs is the best.
Yeah.
And we're doing that by blowing things up. I mean, you can't do it any other way.
You right? What's wrong? Oh.
I just didn't want him to eat him and die.
Right. So all right. So how should we start? What have you got there?
So to that end, we have a couple of options. Now we can have it so that I think starting at either end is probably a good idea. It means we've got our thing, but do we want to have a convoy of vehicles coming through the map, or do we want to have a specific defensive force set up? Now bear in mind, neither of us are going to be controlling these. These are going to be AI controlled. I think the best bet is to do it as a defensive force, but that's also the more complicated AI. So yeah.
Will the convoy be the same units that we're having as defense? Is that?
Yeah, so it would be, Adam's got some Zukovs that he's been dying to try out.
Oh, I know they're good. I just want to see how they're going against these guys. But
So they're twin Act 10s and an SRM 6.
SRM 6 on the front and two
$210s on a turret.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is we set them up on like 4 corners of the inner city type area, like around the outside, fairly equidistant, and then we give them an AI that says, I am here to defend these buildings. And then we go either end, there's a signal from on high that says go, we run in, we blow up as much of the buildings as we can, we blow up as many of the tanks as we can, we do damage, we hit them hard, and then we leave.
And cut!
And like,
that was an amazing scene.
Yeah, so like 8 turns, maybe 10, and then we all retreat, and the spy satellites, the clan spy satellites go, well, they did this, they did that, there was that, and it'll be points. And that's where we're at the moment. So I've tried to do an AI thing to say, well, I'm defending the buildings, what am I thinking? And I've done it as a flow chart because I am that nerdy. And it's harder to envision when you're like just typing it out. So, but this is left over from like systems analysis and stuff. When you're doing if anybody's done any programming, like old school programming, not recently, it's probably all a lot easier now. But back in the day when I was doing my course, it was all like flow charts and stuff, and you had to have it all mapped out. Of course, you did all the programming first and then wrote all the charts out afterwards, but that wasn't the way you were supposed to do it.
You get extra grades or something, do you, if you do it that way?
Technically, you're supposed to work it out first and then program so that you don't like screw it up.
So now you can just use, what's that, Fiverr? Is it that website, Fiverr?
I knew a kid in primary school that couldn't even format a disk. I had to help him with it. And now he's a Visual Basic programmer. He's on like 200 grand a year or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can you teach martial arts as well? People would be lining up for that.
Yeah.
Do this. Oh, hey!
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
All right, so let's go through this.
So what I'm thinking is their primary objective is to defend the buildings. Okay, so
Yep.
whether we come in to kill the buildings or kill the tanks is irrelevant. The tanks are there to defend the buildings, right? So were any buildings shot last weapon phase? If there weren't any, then you just stay within 10 hexes of and or line of sight to a building.
Aha.
Right?
Okay.
So this is your movement phase. In the movement phase, did someone shoot weapons at a building? Was a building damaged?
Okay.
If there wasn't a building damaged, then you move to within 10 hexes of and have line of sight to at least one of the buildings and stop. So you want to be close by and you want to be able to see at least one of them.
Okay.
Right? So
Sounds
that's
good.
your movement if nobody's shooting buildings.
Yep.
If someone has shot a building, can I get line of sight on a unit that shot a building? If I can, I move at best speed to best range and line of sight with enemy that shot the building. So my primary target is an enemy that shot a building. If I can't get line of sight on a unit that shot a building, then can I get line of sight on an enemy unit closer to me without moving more than 10 hexes from a building? If I can, then I move to line of sight and best range with the closest unit. If not, then I go back to moving to within 10 hexes of and staying in line of sight of the buildings.
Right. There you go.
Right.
Okay.
So that's your movement sort of thing. Now, best range, actually, I think Mikey put me onto this with all that drone talk. He's talking about it again, actually. Consider Wob Revenants as an opponent, fighting to control Star League weapon and ammo depose.
Well, there you go.
But there's, I think C3 does actually interfere with drone control systems. Just
The
as an aside thing.
C3I or whatever that they use. C3I.
No, the ECMs. ECMs
Oh,
interfere with drone control.
Oh.
So that if a drone is controlled remotely and it's inside an enemy ECM bubble, it can't be. It can still move and stuff. I think I'll have to reread the rules. I think it's still active, but it doesn't get any of the funky stuff from being remotely controlled.
Okay.
So there's a whole bunch of like rules and things. Maybe we'll go through it if you want to. Yeah. So that was one of the things that I was looking at, and in there they say that you want to move to an optimum range. And then they describe optimum range as being the medium range bracket that deals the most damage for that unit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pick all of your medium range brackets, right? So for the Zukov, it's 6 to 9. For the Act 10s, pretty sure. Or is it? Yeah, no, it's 6 to 9. And then the SRM6s are 3 to 6 or something like that. I think.
So
4 to 6
you're
is
just
the
talking
medium range bracket.
medium range.
Yeah, it's
I
the
think-
medium range bracket.
I think with the autocannon that goes out to 15 or something.
Yeah, that's
So
long
it'd be
range.
5, 10, 15.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
want
6
the
to 10 or something.
you want the medium range bracket. So it's 6 to 9 or 6 to 10, something like that.
Yeah.
Right. So you work out all of the medium range brackets that you've got, and then you add up all of the damage that all of the weapons in those brackets do. Right. So the medium range bracket for the Act 10s is 6 to 9 or 6 to 10 or whatever it is. Right. And you're doing 2 Act 10s worth of damage in that range bracket.
Okay.
So that's 20 points. And the other one is like 3 to 6, I think it is. And you're doing 6 points of damage max because it's an SRM6. So you're doing 12,
Yes.
right? So you're doing 6 missiles worth of damage, sorry.
Yes.
So 12 points.
Okay.
Right?
Right. Got it.
So the best, your optimum one is 6 to 10 because you're doing the most damage in that medium range bracket.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by best range. So you're moving, if you can, to within 10 hexes.
That works. Yeah, that
Right.
makes sense. Yeah. Okay. That's
Okay.
cool.
So that's the movement section. So if someone's shooting buildings, I focus on them. If I can't focus on them, but the buildings are still being shot, then I get to the nearest enemy I can get without getting out of range of the buildings. I hit them. If I can't get to an enemy that's inside range of the buildings, or that's been shooting the buildings, or nobody's been shooting the buildings, then I get within 10 of a building and have line of sight to the buildings. And that's it.
Okay. What about okay, so if you have someone who's got LRMs that's doing indirect fire, they're still a threat. So you probably go after them later because you still need the spotter. You'll see the spotter first probably. And
That's
go
it.
after them. But once they're out, then you can probably.
But if they're in your line of sight, then
if they're damaging the building from a longer range than the autocannons can shoot, they're going to have to go after them. They'll leave the building area.
Yeah, but I haven't got that in here.
Oh.
So what I have then is combat. So do I have line of sight to a unit that has attacked buildings? If I have yes, then I fire all weapons in range at that target.
Ooh.
If I don't, then I fire all weapons in range at the nearest and least obstructed enemy in range. So if you have a spotter running in and getting close to the buildings, then you should be, as long as you've got them within 10 hexes of and having line of sight to at least one building, you should be able to find that spotter and
take him out.
So I'll have to adjust that a little bit though to account for that sort of thing. Neither of us have LRMs, so it isn't really an issue, but it is something that should be in there.
I just thought of some things, but I won't say
No,
it, 'cause
no.
I might try and do it. It's alright.
If you see, this is the thing: is I go through this. This is why stuff with AI takes me so damn long. Is because I look at that and I go, right, how can I beat that?
Yeah.
And I figure it out, and then I have to work in how I beat it into the AI so that it doesn't get beaten by that.
Yeah, beat by it, yeah. True.
Right, you take something. I was going to do an audio log on this actually, but
And here it is.
here it is.
Here it is.
But you take something like a zombie AI, right? The zombie is easy. Move towards the nearest enemy, hit the nearest thing.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need, right? The nearest enemy, I move towards it. Can I hit anything? Yes, hit it. If not, just keep moving towards the nearest thing. But that's the point, is you can cheese that really, really easily if you have someone move in close, pick up a bunch of zombies and just kite them out.
Yeah.
And then the others come in and do the objective thing while this guy is running them around in circles out here somewhere.
Yeah, dibs not me.
Dibs not
Just
you. Yeah.
dibs on us. Yeah. We're okay.
So that Doom Fireman just said, could you count the spotter as the attacker if the source of the LRMs are visible? Yeah, that would probably be what I would be doing. So if the buildings are being hit by something, but I can't get line of sight on the unit that shot the building, I'll probably add in something here saying, is there a unit that is drawing fire on the building? If so, can I get to that?
Yeah, if it's
Sort
the
of
reason for the fire,
Yeah.
incoming fire. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or can I get line of sight on a unit that shot a building or is causing damage rather than shot? If I say causing damage, then a spotter is technically causing damage. It's not directly doing it, it's indirectly doing it. And that would cover that little gap.
Causing damage or attempted to cause it?
Or bringing in damage.
Like
If
firing.
you're causing damage by spotting that thing for LRMs.
Yeah.
If you don't stand there and do that, then they can't shoot it. So you're causing damage, you're just causing it indirectly. And that would be a way around it. And that's the other thing is trying to word it so that it's right. It isn't necessarily a thing that you have to do, but you want to have these conversations now before you're at the game table rolling dice and like ticking down the timer. You know, you've got that day where you're able to go and have some fun. You don't want to spend the whole thing discussing the AI.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, so you want to try and figure it out before you get to your game. That way there's none of these discussions that are like taking up time and possibly getting people aggravated depending on how you people in your group are. It's best to have it as worked out as possible if you can beforehand.
So Do we want to go? Do we want to go with the city in the middle? That's
Facilitating damage.
facilitating damage. Yes, correct.
Here he goes.
Yes,
Yes. Well done, you.
it sounds like an Adam thing to say. I would have said that too. Well done, sir.
That is facilitating damage. I'm going to write that in. All right.
Adam Whitehead, lawyer.
Is in some way wheretofore and heretofore causing the accumulation of aforesaid damage.
Exterior changes to the.
Oh God!
I like that. So have a city, yeah, have those. Did we want mechs?
I think it'll move a bit faster if we've got vehicles.
Yes, okay.
Because you've all spotted that vehicles are a bit easier to bring down than mechs. And these are proto-mechs, so I mean, if we go with vehicles that are like mechs that are reasonably close to BV, there'll probably only be one or two. Right? Because if they're going to be mechs, we're going to want to try and keep them fairly close BV. We'll want to have like maybe one or two. That way we can sort of split them off and see who can drop them, sort of thing.
Yeah, okay.
With the vehicles, with the number of weapons that we're bringing to bear, you've got a lot of locations going to be rolled. You've got a lot of damage being done. We can get a lot of stuff done fairly quickly.
Mm.
So we could do mechs. We could definitely do mechs. This would probably work for mechs. You might not have to have them stay quite so close to the buildings. Although 10 hexes is quite a distance. You can get a long way with 10 hexes. As long as you can see one of them. There's some weird stuff happening there.
Depends. Yeah, I don't know. What was the BV on your...
We worked out that if I was at Gunnery 3, we'd have 1716, and I'm pretty sure yours was 1800 and something.
Mm.
So we've got what...
I think the Zukov was, what did we work it out? 720 BV or something.
900 and something? I can't remember now.
Anyway, yeah. It's
We've got like 3,500-ish.
And that we have, oh yeah. Yeah, okay.
So yours, Gunnery 3, was like 1,800 points. Mine is about 1,700 points. So, yeah, about 3.5-ish.
Okay.
So
That's all right.
you could get like a small recon lance, 3.5, easy, less. So we could do that.
Something a bit more speedy.
If you
heavy tanks or something, sounds like they start firing if they like group up on something.
it's going to go down.
Oh,
That's it.
I just like the idea of the carnage potential. But there's those near misses. You know, I just want to see how much of an effect they have. You know,
But the 10 points of damage per hit is going to be killer because I mean that'll take basically. I'm losing almost all of my leg for 7. Yeah, so I mean basically blowing the legs off. Almost.
yeah.
It's only a couple of points away from blowing the legs off.
Okay.
It'll blow an arm off easy, blow the head off easy, and it'll halve my torso. Less than half, more than half my torso.
Nice.
So
it sounds like fun though.
yeah,
It's so much.
they're doing a lot of damage. So
Well, you wouldn't.
yeah.
You wouldn't. I said to Taryn, I said, well, you know, if we're going to do tanks, this is from before. I said, what about an on-toss? And he nearly had a heart attack. All these medium lasers.
No, don't do that, man. Oh my god.
End of level baddie. Just spits out death. 5 points of death to
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Yeah.
it.
You burn the money.
You burned the money.
Dear, oh dear.
Well, let's
So,
let's
yeah.
do it. Let's see what they can. See
Well,
how
I
well they
mean-
can defend and how well we can get through because we want that risk.
Yeah. Well, we can have that I mean, I think these guys would say, well, that's a reasonable sort of test of the Protomex metal. We want something that they can definitely kill. We want something they're going to win against.
Yeah.
But we want it to be something nasty. We want to have that risk because, warfare.
Yep.
Clan.
Definitely.
Ahoy hoy.
That's
So, yeah, let's do it.
Right.
I think the Zhukovs make a reasonable balance between threat and ability for us to bring them down within the 8 turns we've got.
Yeah, that works. Okay. All right. So buildings. How many are we having? Is it a shared target or is it a?
I'm wondering whether we should do a single building that we can do damage to.
And the damage is the points.
Damage is the points,
Damage
and then
is
you
the
get
points.
like X number of points for bringing a vehicle down.
Okay.
And I would call a vehicle out if it's either destroyed. They don't have case.
No.
So if you can blow the ammo, then the vehicle's gone, right? That one. So it's either destroyed or permanently removed from the battlefield for some reason.
Yep. It won't force withdrawal because it's defending.
It's defending, so they're not going to force withdrawal.
Will work.
And then, g'day Pellman. Yes, stop and go lag, mate. Yeah,
No.
it's nasty. We're doing our best. Pillar's working on it. Hopefully by the next one it'll be sorted out. Sorry.
we found something that's probably going to fix it all. But
Yeah. If it's really bad, just quit out and watch it later, mate. You're okay.
it's all good.
Yeah. But the hell was I saying? I can't remember now.
It's all right. It's
Doesn't
all right.
matter.
So the buildings. We're sharing a building.
Buildings.
That's the damage. Yeah. So the damage we do. And what did you want to do for a tank? Like 10
So we
points
could
or
do
something?
like 10 points if you bring down a tank. And like I say, it's either destroyed completely or it's immobile and either has no weapons or has a turret lock.
Turret lock could still shoot though. And drive.
Yeah, but with a turret lock, you could walk a protomech up on the other side of it, pull the hatch off, stick your hand in there and wait till it's all just a tank full of jam. So you just,
Well, I don't know. What about if we get it into a forced withdrawal state, even though it's not going to flee? You score your points.
yeah, force withdrawal is fairly easy for the tanks to bring about.
Yeah.
You just have to remove all armor from one location, or I think certain criticals will do it. But yeah, the immobile thing was like I think that's one that'll take it out, but then you have to destroy its weapons somehow. So yeah, we could say that forced withdrawal means that it's out of the game and therefore worth points.
You score something.
So call it half points for forced withdrawal. If you're the one that puts it into forced withdrawal,
Multiples of us are shooting at it.
it will go in initiative order. So we do initiative order. Whoever won the initiative
Applies their damage.
applies damage
and
first
see what happens.
and see what happens, and then the second person applies their damage. If they're the one that brings about that, then yeah.
Okay.
So you'll get like 5 points if you're the one that puts it in forced withdrawal, and you get 10 points if you actually destroy it. So if you can bring some sort of catastrophic event about, so like an ammo explosion, then if it's actually destroyed, then you get 10 points.
If you're fully facilitating its damage, facilitating its damage.
He's going to be saying that all week
so
now.
good. Oh yeah, thanks, dude. Yes.
Dear oh dear.
I'll be facilitating a lot of things.
Yes.
Say it out, facilitating.
You'll be
and driving
watching-
my car.
You'll be watching this scenario and it'll be facilitating
Oh,
damage on a
facilitating.
Zukov the whole time. We are
Yeah,
such
that's-
children.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But some points for killing off tanks because there's a bit of damage that they can pump out. You're gonna risk going near it, and we are going to be going near them.
And then we could have, say, 2 buildings at opposite ends if you wanted to, and like one's your building, one's my building, and the most damage done to the building is the winner. Or you could just say building damage as a total is points. It depends.
The most amount of damage you can do in the 8 turns.
Yeah.
So we'll just have lots of buildings or something to pick.
Yeah, so we'll do what we were doing with the vehicle, Pimp My Vehicle ones,
Yeah.
where there's a urban area in the middle. There was like a half a dozen buildings easy.
Yeah.
And we'll just run in. All building damage is point by point basis. As you do it, you get a point. And just like then extra points for vehicle death, vehicle forced withdrawal, and we'll just see who has the most points at the end, I guess.
You know, if you're trying to play a scenario like this with battle mechs, it's a lot more fun because you just run through them. A protomech does it, 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage.
1 point of damage to the building.
See, that's what I was saying to Adam, is you could just walk into the building and then run around changing levels and stuff until it drops, and they won't be able to shoot you or anything. It's very, very cool.
Imagine the Zookops come ploughing into the building and start shooting you.
Well, they're supposed to be defending those buildings, so they could technically turn the guns on the building and bring it down on top of you and
just
bang. But
if I don't kill you in that one building, then you'll get all the other buildings.
Yeah, you'll be standing in rubble and I'll be able to shoot you. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
And we'll just sort of try it and see how we go. Yeah, that's good.
Buildings further away should be more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could do that. So if I'm starting on this side, then we'll put like a midline. We could have a midline, and then any building on that side is worth more to me. Any building on this side is worth more to you. But yeah.
Or we could just have the 3 buildings. It could be like a research facility, sort of a bit further out. So have like three buildings.
3 buildings on the midline, and just
have that.
Just have that.
You could have you could have some woods or something, or
that would be
whatever.
cool.
We haven't really we haven't decided the play area.
No.
Or any of that sort of thing. Like night combat maybe or something.
Get a 3-pointer from long range.
Yes.
Well, I got
take nothing but hydras.
One guy there with a ER medium laser, so he's got 15 range. I think he
that's pretty good.
would be the only one that I'd have. Yeah, all the rest, the max range is like 9.
But you are shooting a building.
You are shooting buildings, so it's not going anywhere. But I think we'll make it that the vehicles are the main sort of thing. It's a clan thing. We're trying to combat. We're trying to get in there and do stuff.
That's it.
So, and they're a point. So you're not worried about like individual targeting and stuff like that. You're running in and you're acting as a point. So it doesn't matter if we're all firing at the same target.
No. Yeah, if it's just the buildings or whatever, you're just doing points damage. It's easy to track. So that's good.
2 opposing parties attack the same vehicle, or if multiple protomechs on the same side attack the same vehicle. So yeah, if you're all on the same side, then it doesn't matter. As long as the vehicle's destroyed, then it's okay. If we're on opposing, then damage is applied as you go, like initiative order.
Yeah. So
the person who wins initiative applies the damage first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the person who wins initiative for that turn applies their damage to those vehicles first, if we're shooting at the same vehicle.
Yeah.
And then if that causes a forced withdrawal, then you get the points for it. If it doesn't, or it doesn't destroy it, then it's sat there with whatever damage is there, and then the person who lost initiative applies their damage. If that causes forced withdrawal, then they get
the points, yeah.
Right.
So you have to be sort of choosy about what you're shooting at, based on the points that you.
And there's going to be a full lance of Zookops, right? We're going to have 4 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the vehicle. Which side does the vehicle attack? Oh, God. Why you got to do that to me, man?
The nearest.
Yeah, well.
The nearest you could assign a building, I suppose.
No, it'll be, like you say, it'll probably be the one that's doing the most damage to them. I haven't even put that in there because I was thinking more of like defending the buildings.
Well,
I only wrote this up this morning.
But all the buildings are being defended, so wherever they're at is based on how far away whoever's been doing damage.
So I've only worked on somebody doing damage to the buildings. I haven't worked anything in here on someone doing damage to the actual vehicles. So
that'd probably take preference, wouldn't it?
the vehicle would take, if someone's damaging, if I'm the vehicle, if someone's damaging me, I want them dead first.
Absolutely.
And then the building damager,
Yeah.
facilitator. So yeah, it'd probably be something like the most damage. Do I have? And yeah, easiest target. Line of sight to unit damaging me. And if it's yes, you go to closest, easiest target. And if it's no, you go round and you say, well, do I have line of sight to a building killer?
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Right. So we've reached our time.
Yeah, so they're not...
We'll finish up on what we're doing. And
Yeah, we'll finish up what we're doing. They're not technically going to be drones. We're just giving them an AI because we want them to be independent from us.
Yeah.
So if we had a third party, we'd get the third party to run the drone, run the Zucons. But we're just going to do it as a friendly game and have them run with a simple AI.
But we've been talking about trying AI.
Yeah.
So it's easy. I mean, yes, there's lots of people who can come and help us with the third party thing, but we want to try
an AI for this sort of scenario.
Yeah.
And it's not, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be drones. They are still like manned vehicles, which is why I'm thinking the locked turret thing, because once your turret's locked in a certain position and you're not going anywhere, then and somebody comes with a protomech up behind you and hatch off, you get out of there.
Oh,
you don't mess around. So that would put it out.
So force withdrawal could be like a bailout instead, sort of thing.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah.
But we'll leave it at that. But I'll tell you what, if you've got some more ideas for this, leave them in the comments. We'll have a look at them.
Yeah.
Taryn will keep an eye on
and
yeah,
I'll probably
yeah.
I'll probably go through some AI stuff like when I do an audio. Like if that's something you want to have a look at, then let us know in the comments down there and try an AI as your new jingle. And I'll do an audio log for like building and trying to build an AI. But yeah, I may go completely insane.
That's right. We'll start with that and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. Thank you for joining us for this live. Consider subscribing if you haven't already done it. It helps us. It's really cool.
Yeah. Chuck some comments down. Watch the whole thing all the way through. All the other things that help the algorithm.
Yep.
And yeah, apologies for the lag and stuff.
If you want to find out a bit more about these, we were going to do some stuff, but on tabletop. So the old Beasts of War dudes.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So go to their YouTube channel. They've done a game with this, a breakdown of this. They've talked about the different factions currently. You'll be able to see the map for each of them as well, of who controls what. I would go have a look at that because it's really good. It's really good. So that's it. And yeah, cool. So if you just joined us or whatever and you missed it at the start, so we're doing 30% off E-Raptor stuff.
Yep.
There's dice towers and card holders, all sorts of stuff.
They got all sorts of cool little like wood insert things and stuff like that.
Yep.
All these little funky flat pack kits.
Yep.
They're groovy.
So we're doing that. So that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. We're doing Eldfall as soon as we can.
Oh yeah,
watching
definitely.
some demo stuff, and I am keen to play with my elves because they murder stuff.
They look really cool, yeah. Now I've learned a bit more about them and how it works and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing more of that. That's coming.
All good.
Thank you, everyone, and take care, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.